Hi there. Thank you for watching my YouTube video, Cooking with Pouncy. And before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and please share this video with others. If you just wet or dampen a paper towel, and that's a simple roll of paper towels, which is what I just did here, and you lay your paper towel down and then you take your cutting board and you lay it on top of it, okay? That stabilizes that cutting board so that cutting board doesn't move around on you. And I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on that cutting board. Again, I've done a couple of videos on this. Some people use cloth towels underneath it and all that. That's fine as well, but just grab yourself, this is like 3 sheets of a paper towel, dampen it, wet it if you will, squeeze it out if it gets too wet. Just lay it down and then lay your cutting board on top of it. And again, you've got a very solid surface to do your cutting with. And for this BLT, I've got some bacon here, and that's about 1.5 pounds of bacon. Applewood smoked bacon it's called. It's a really thick slice. It's even thicker than the other package of 1 pound package of bacon that I had. I kind of like BLT, so I kind of like the bacon as thick as I can get it. All right. So anyway, this is really thick bacon, and obviously I'm going to use a tomato. Excuse me. I've already cored my tomato, and I've got some mayonnaise. I've got some salt, just regular salt, and I've got some black pepper. I've also got a head of lettuce here, and I'll show you how I get that ready. And I slice that tomato as well. I'm going to fry my bacon, and as I said, I'll show you that whole process as well. Now you might wonder why salt and pepper when I'm using bacon that's already salty. And I'm actually going to put salt and pepper, a little bit of salt and pepper on my tomato and my lettuce as I start to build my BLTs, they call. But I'll take my knife, and I've already cored my tomato, and I'll just take my knife, and you make your slices as thick or as thin as you want, and I'll have it about thusly, okay? And I'll just slice my tomato. This one is very ripe, which is okay. Just make your sandwich juicy. And I'm going to make 3 of these, because I'll have 1.5, and my wife will have 1.5. Okay? And you have to be careful. This tomato is very ripe, and therefore it's very soft, and it kind of moves around, and you don't want to cut your hand. So that's what I'll do with that. I've already washed this head of lettuce. I also took the core out of it as well. And so I'm going to just cut. I'll peel the outer leaf because I really don't want that one. You can certainly use that one, but I really don't want that one. And I'll peel that off. And I'm just going to cut this, because what I'll do, I think I'll cut it in thirds here. And that's all I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to take some of the nicer pieces of my third piece of lettuce that I just cut, and I'm going to just start to separate them, the leaves. I'll show you here. I'm going to separate the leaves as I do this. Just like that. They peel right apart, as you know. Anyway, that's sufficient. That's a lot. There you are right there. So there's the lettuce and tomato that's already prepared. I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap, and I'll put it in the refrigerator so it'll stay nice and cold until I'm ready to build my sandwiches. Okay? So what I did, guys, was I cut my bacon slices in half, and I tried this the other day, and it was phenomenal. I think I got more bacon in this pan than I would have had I left the slices whole, lengthwise. So what I did, and I'm going to do it again because it worked out really well, I'm even going to put some of this bacon on top of itself as I lay these strips in here. I've got my heat on medium-high, high actually right now, but I want to draw that fat out of this bacon. And what that fat's going to do, if I can show that to you, what that fat's going to do is it's going to help that bacon to cook a lot faster, all right? Yeah, so I'm going to start moving it around, especially the pieces on the bottom, because all I'm going to do is, and I hope you can see this, I'm going to put this little guy right here. I'm going to flip it over. It's just now barely starting to brown, but again, it's got enough fat coming out of it now to literally fit in this fat, and it's like frying in that fat, and that makes it go even faster. All right? So, even as you can see, even though it's on top of itself, some of these pieces here, all these are actually going to be rotated and then onto the bottom of the pan so that they'll all cook at the same time. And this is what that looks like. I'm not frying it crispy because I like my bacon for BLTs a little bit pliable. And so it's not crispy snap done because I don't want it that way. But this took about 5 minutes, okay? And I just put another batch in there, and I'm going to probably wind up almost cooking the whole thing of bacon. And there it is. Still, once again, I got 2 or 3 layers in there. And I'm going to start turning that just like I did the other. And it's actually cooking in a lot of grease here. It's almost like deep frying it in the pan here. Get this much grease in here. This bacon is really fatty. And that's okay. Most of it's going to render out, as you see, from the ones I just showed you here. Okay? So I'll be right back with you when that gets finished. This is the end result of, and what I did here is I put another layer of paper towel on here to absorb some of the fat that's on the bacon as well. And this bacon is beautiful. You can see that. Okay? Time to assemble these bad boys, as in BLTs that I started earlier. And again, as I indicated earlier, I got my tomatoes already sliced, my lettuce is already sectioned off, and I'm going to use to put these together. And my bacon that I cooked, and as you remember, I cut the bacon in half and fried it, and it's fried mostly like all bacon does, in its own grease, its own fat that it makes, and it makes a lot. This bacon was really fatty, but anyway, that bacon really turned out really nice. I think I showed it to you before, and I'm ready to assemble it. Of course, in this process, I've got my mayonnaise here. It's real mayonnaise. Got a little salt and pepper, and I don't want to talk about the salt because I don't want you guys to yell at me about putting more salt on the tomatoes there. But anyway, so we're going to start putting them together here. A little mayonnaise on each one. Or as much mayonnaise as you'd like on each one. We like a lot. So you only eat these like once every 5 years, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, whoops. So that's going to be how I do that. I'm going to spread these out. Make sure I get it on each corner. Of course, cooked my toast off already. Now let the toast cool before I put this mayonnaise on them. And then I'm going to start to build with my lettuce. As I said, I got some little leaves here that I sectioned off. I'm making 3 sandwiches, so I'm going to do the three on top here. Put a little bit more lettuce on that one. I'm going to put a slice of tomato on each one. Now these are going to be so good, I can taste them already. See, that slice is a little thinner than I like on mine. So I'm putting a thicker slice on there, okay? All right, and now I'm going to put a little pepper on the top of each one of these tomatoes. And if you close your eyes, you can not see that I'm putting a little bit more salt in. Actually, just a very tiny bit, just a little bit of salt on that tomato, a little bit of salt on this one as well, and a little bit of salt on this one as well. Okay, I'm done with that, so please don't yell at me. Now I'm going to come in with my bacon, and I'm going to build these little guys like this with my bacon. And bacon smells so good and it tastes so good too, because I tasted a couple of pieces of it already. And as my lovely wife walked in the door a while ago, she scammed a piece of bacon as well. So you really can't put too much bacon on these sandwiches. I mean that too. I think you can see these. I'm going to grab my tomato, the top portion here, and just kind of hold on to the tomato and just kind of gingerly roll it over and put it on top. Same thing here. Grab it like this. Hold your tomato, gingerly roll it over, put it on top. And I'll do the same thing with this one. On top again. And I'll kind of just gingerly press down on it, okay? I'm gonna move this one so I can have some cutting room here. I'm gonna take my knife, I'm gonna put my toothpicks in here. Toothpicks are gonna actually hold them together, I should say, after you cut them. So I'm just gonna put a toothpick, 4 toothpicks in here. There's one. I'm not gonna count them for gosh sakes. I'm gonna put toothpick in 4 toothpicks in each one. And what's happening here is that toothpick is actually going right down through that bacon, which is going to help to hold it when you pick it up to taste the scrumptiousness, I think that's a word, of these wonderful BLTs. Okay. I'm just kind of, I can feel when I touch the bacon, so I just kind of stop for a millisecond, then push it down through. And there you have it. Each one has 4. And I'm now going to cut them. So I got 4 toothpicks in each one. Now all I'm going to do is come down here, and then I'll come down here, and you'll see what that does. Grab my hand, take my hand, and hold it gingerly, and cut vigorously and quickly, like that, all the way through. And I'll just kind of turn it, and I'll do the same thing here. Okay, and I got 4 pieces as you see there. I'll do the same thing here. And that little guy out of the way. Same thing. Same thing. This one is minus a toothpick. Oh, there it is. It just didn't have a frill on top of it. I couldn't see it. So, anyway, same thing. I could have cut them as a triangle as well, but I do this because once I get my toothpicks in, and I just cut down through them, and then my end finish of that, and I think you can see that these, and they're all cut, and they're going to now go on the plates. I usually use a spatula for that, so anything's falling out all over. Use a spatula because I can go right underneath the whole sandwich. Peel it off. Each one. You know, that's all I'm actually going to put on that plate. Although I have more to put on there because I made, as I said, I made 3 sandwiches. So anyway, I'm going to put a little bunch of grapes on there. And I'll put some grapes on here. A couple of strawberries as well on each one. It's a very attractive plate. Very attractive plate. Now, if you wanted to serve chips or something with it, you could certainly do that as well. But here's what they look like. And I can't wait to eat them. Okay? And there you have it, BLTs. Cooking with Pouncy.